We are back with my first ever anime series. This time we're on number 13, Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I absolutely love this anime. The artwork was fantastic, and I cannot wait to know if there's going to be a season 2 or not. But before I get into it, welcome to NonStopAntonio, where I talk about everything nerdy. If you like content just like this, hit the subscribe button for more, and I hope you enjoy this video. David was a fantastic character. You could really see how someone could go from kind of like a rough poverty life to kind of going bad because of how the world treats them. He lives in a shithole, he can't afford anything. Everything in this world costs a lot of money, and pretty much the only people that can strive are the rich. Everyone else is pretty much screwed. He lives with his mom, they can barely afford. She sends him to the most expensive school so that he could have a better life. He doesn't like it there, and he rebels a little bit. But then when he still loves his mom, and then when they get into the car accident where the cyberpunks almost kill her, that's where he snaps. He loses his mom because the trauma team won't help them because they're not a client. Even though that's, they should be helping people. They don't care. If you're not a client, you can die anyways. Then she gets taken to the hospital. She's going to be stable. All of a sudden she dies. I think they just killed her because she couldn't afford anything, so they didn't want to deal with it. And then they make David go home. David can't pay rent. He can't do anything. He finds a spinal implant sitting in a bag, which I was very confused about where it came from. I was like, why is there a spinal implant here? And then we find out that it's because his mom was working with the cyberpunks. She would get these implants off guys that would die and then sell them on the black market. Which, okay, that makes a little bit more sense to why she had that in the first place. And I was very interested in seeing where the story went forward because he threw it on his back instantly so that he could have the power. And I love how he beat the living shit out of the kid at school for bullying him and being an asshole. And the whole story with the Arasaka Corporation was really interesting, how they were wanting to get to David because he had this implant that they made, and then he was able to use it over and over and over again without having really any issues, because he's special. And the whole series really shows that he's special and focuses on that plot line. I like how he finds Lucy, helps her with jobs. He ends up joining the Cyberpunks, which she's a part of, and I love the relationship throughout all of this, because it was really touching where, you see him trying to help this girl that's coming from this kind of dark past where he wants to be with her and help her achieve her goal. And she cares for him, doesn't want him to die, so she doesn't want him to get into that life, but he wants to be in that life. I liked all the cyberpunks. My three favorite characters would have been David, Lucy, and Rebecca. I absolutely love Rebecca's character. I love that she was like this crazy little short girl who would always like go guns blazing with everything. It was really fun, and I absolutely was devastated when she died. Because they killed off everyone else. I was like, please don't kill Rebecca. And then she gets squished. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I really like that character. And then she just died. I was very upset. I did not want her to die. And the part where Pillar gets killed, I was like, holy shit. Like, he just gets blasted and everyone gets pissed. David just saves Lucy in time. And that's where he really learns how to pull the trigger. I thought that was really interesting as well. Because that's where they pretty much came together. Lucy and David was at that moment. That's when they kind of became a couple because he saved her life and cared about her. When they went to capture Mr. Tanaka, who was the bully's dad, and Mr. Tanaka was after David the whole time, I thought that was going to turn out a lot differently than Tanaka just getting axed, because I thought he was going to end up with David there and then getting taken by Tanaka to Arasaka, but that's not how it happened. Tanaka ended up getting killed, but Tanaka was OP as shit when they first introduced him. We had Main going cyber psycho afterwards. He just couldn't last any longer. And I thought that was a pretty insane fight because Main was a really cool character, and he was like I felt like a father figure for David. And then when he started to go crazy, it ended really badly, really quickly, because you had Dario get killed and then Main blowing up the building because he realizes he'd gone into this cyber psychosis and he can't do it anymore. And David just makes it out of there without getting blown up himself, which was a crazy scene to watch. And honestly, this show was so gory and so rated R. I wasn't expecting it at first. I went into this thinking it was going to be like your normal, bloody anime, and it was a lot more extreme than I thought it was going to be. Especially with the nudity, I did not see that coming. That kind of caught me off guard at first, because I didn't realize it was that type of anime. And after everything goes down, we get a time jump, and now David is jacked. Like, he is huge because he has Main's gear, and he is one tough dude now. He's the leader of the cyberpunks. He's doing all the jobs. He's running it all. And I like how they get that new guy who literally, he goes in and just gets killed. Like, he just does something stupid and gets killed. It was like, great way to start off this episode. David is so OP now because he has the speed and he has the super strengths. I'm like, holy shit. I like how during this as well, we find out that Lucy was Edgerunner from when she was a kid. She was put into this old system to try to get information for the Arasaka Corporation. She got out, but they kept being put in the old net, and a bunch of people kept getting killed by rogue AIs because the net runners just weren't able to deal with them. And I thought it was really interesting that she was also part of the Arasaka Corporation, kind of like how they want David for him being able to use the spinal implant. I thought it was interesting that both David and Lucy's stories were tied to the Arasaka Corporation. I also thought it was really interesting that things started to go bad when David killed an innocent person while raiding the office. He went to kill the boss, but then the girl came in, an innocent person, kind of like his mom, and he just turned and shot her instantly. And that's kind of where his cyberpsychosis started happening, was at that point, which it makes sense, where you have this person who doesn't want to hurt innocents, is only going to kill the people who kind of deserve it. And then it all goes to shit so quickly because he accidentally killed an innocent person, just like how his mom died. And that's all he can think about. And that's pretty much where everything starts going to shit too, because you have Lucy getting caught by Faraday when she's going after the Netrunners. You have Faraday betraying them because Arasaka want David, Kiwi betraying them, and everything just kind of happening goes bad. Then they run the job where they go after the cyber skeleton, where it's just an absolute massacre. Them going after the truck crashing, Dave getting in the truck, finding out that Faraday has Lucy, him going absolute OP as shit. He's got strength, he's got speed, he's got weapons, he's got like this gravity thing that can prop down. It was really cool to watch, but you could really see David going absolutely crazy from it. And it was really tough to watch because you have this character you really like who is going on a downfall, getting crazier and crazier because he wants to save the woman he loves. Faraday's an asshole. He deserved what came to him in the end. I like that they go to save Lucy and David's like blowing his way through everything. They find out that Arasaka has Atom Smasher, who was originally supposed to get the cyber skeleton, but David now has it, and they face off, which was a really cool fight and really bloody as well. We find out that Kiwi gets killed because Faraday betrays her, of course, because Faraday's betrayed everyone at this point. And David succeeds in saving Lucy, but absolutely decimates everyone else. But I was so mad that when they fell to the building, Rebecca's standing there, and Atom Smasher squishes her. Like, I still am mad about that scene, and I will not forgive them, because Rebecca was one of my favorite characters. She was just really cool. I really liked her character, and she grew on me over the last few episodes. And when Atom Smasher absolutely destroys David, like, I was like, oh my god, did we just lose our main character? Part of me thinks that David's not dead. You heard the bang, but we never saw the body, and I kind of feel like Atom Smasher killed him so that Arasaka could take him because he's special and use him for some weird experiment later on. And maybe control him, kind of program him to be their lapdog, do whatever they want. And I'm interested to seeing if they do make a season 2, if that does happen. Lucy got to go to the moon. She got to live her happy life, but she doesn't have David anymore. Everyone else is pretty much dead. I'm still curious to see if David's actually dead. I don't know. I don't believe it. I feel like he's not, but he could be dead as well. And if they do make a season 2, they could always just follow Lucy. However, I feel like David's alive, and it'll follow Lucy, and then her finding out that David's still alive, and then a lot of shit happening to get him back. That's what I think anyways. I'm not sure. And I think it'll be a pretty cool story if it does happen. If it doesn't, having a one-season show was not bad, because even then, it was an amazing anime. The animation was really cool. The colors, the vibrance, like the difference between the higher-up city and the lower city, like everything was just really nice. How David moved around with his spinal implant was really cool. How the animation would go across the screen. I really enjoyed this, and it was something different from what I'm used to, mostly because it was a lot more R-rated, and I thought it was still cool nonetheless. Have you seen Cyberpunk Edgerunners? What do you think of it? Let me know down in the comments. Which anime should I go to next? I'm thinking the time I got reincarnated as a slime. If you guys like my anime video, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more. Check out the playlist down below for all my other animes I've watched. And I'm always watching animes weekly now with Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, and My Hero Academia. So stay tuned for those. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys later.